5-Minute Mom. So if you are educating a bunch of kids at different levels at home, homeschooling, for the pre-K kindergarten set, pre-K kindergarten first grade set, I'm going to show you what I spent a good portion of the day yesterday doing. Now, I did this when I was a teacher. I taught third grade, I taught kindergarten, and I taught third grade, and anyway, I'm not going to go into all that. But because I taught third grade consecutive years in a row, I had a great big file cabinet, and I had each week, right? And I would put in my master copy for everything I needed for each week. You know, the photocopies I'd have to make for science, history, math, religion, whatever. And they were each in the week file. And then all I would have to do for that week is go make all the copies and put the masters separate. And then I'd have my copies for the students for that week. So I do something similar because I find that if I don't have everything ready and everything laid out ahead of time, especially for the littles, I lose their attention and they get distracted. So if you're teaching like kindergarten to first, second graders, you have to have everything gathered beforehand. Because if you find you're going to do something and you don't have their scissors ready, sometimes you just lose them and it's, difficult. So this is what I did Saturday. Okay, so my pre-K kindergarten curriculum is the same, which is a basic kindergarten curriculum. And I have in this huge binder, I have a sheet, a little a page protector for every day. So this is my 3-year-old and my 5-year-old. This is their worksheets and their reproducible hands-on worksheets and everything for the first 86 days. I know it's backwards. So from now until Christmas break, this is their work. Okay, so yesterday I spent from noon until bedtime. Dad had the kids, and I made copies, 2 copies of everything to go with my math. So this is each file protector is a day, and it includes everything we're doing that day for their school. Okay, so some days we're only doing like 1 or 2 worksheets. Some days there are more. Thanksgiving and Christmas obviously have like some of the projects that stick out a little bit more, but that's it. So I'm set for them. I have all their worksheets right here. It's really simple. I have my teacher's guide, and I have my lesson plans, and so I can just look at my lesson plans and say, okay, here's day 1, day 2, whatever. So this is done. The other thing I wanted to show you is, because I'm teaching the older kids also, I have to have things that are ready for the kids, the little ones that are learning but fun and can take their attention. So if you're teaching anyone from 3 to 6 years old don't plan more than 15 minutes at a time of seat work, especially for the little ones. Like a 3-year-old, you might get 10 minutes, and it depends on the kid. I've had parents tell me that their 2 or 3-year-old can sit and listen to read aloud stories or sit and focus with like a game or activity for half an hour. I have one that's like my 5-year-old's like that. She could sit and do, and that's 1 out of 5. None of my other kids have been like that. That's more the average would be, 10, 15 minutes at that age range, and they're like, let's move on. So let me show you a couple things I have for when I have to work more with my 8 and 10-year-olds. And I got this, all of this, pretty much all of it is I bought from Goodwill. So here's this little set. It's got pegs and screws, and it has a wrench and a screwdriver. So they can play Connect 4 with it. They can just make designs or patterns. They're pretty good at sharing. It's pretty neat because the screws actually tighten really well, and you need the wrench to undo them. Even I do. This is Educational Insights. So there's their little logo. This is like $3 at Goodwill. So, or I should say, if you're local, it's Family Thrift is where I got And then the other thing is Play-Doh. So if the baby's sleeping, they get to get out Play-Doh. Again, this is a handy Goodwill purchase. I think this was $5. And we included some of our own cookie cutters and an old Melissa and Doug wooden roller set and things like that. So Play-Doh, if you can handle that, it will buy you some time. And then the last thing, we actually bought these, and we're working on our second set that we built. But these are Magnetiles, and I would highly recommend buying the either the actual Magnetile brand, or these are Picasso. The ones I got were the Picasso. Let me check to make sure. Sorry, I'm disappearing off screen here. Yeah. These are Picasso tiles. Picasso.com, Picasso tiles. So you could do, I think our first set was Magnetiles and our second set was Picasso. But you see they're fairly sturdy and they're really fun and everybody loves using them. So those are 3 things. I'm not showing you everything that I have. I have some giant floor puzzles and I have some other games. Sequence for Kids is nice for the 3 to 5 range. And then the Happy Letters. No, what are they? Little Dots. Little Dots. Hang on. Totally butchered the name. It's actually Tiny Polka Dot for learning numbers. This has been great. And there are so many different ways you can use these cards to play different games. They're pretty sturdy. They have numbers, and they have a few different sets with dots on them. And you can separate it out and do matching. You can do, they give you instructions for like 6 different games you can play with it. But once your kids learn how to use it, my 3 and 5-year-old can get it out and they can do the Hungry Numbers game all by themselves or the matching game all by themselves. So that's a fun. The other one that is fun for a slightly older age range is Clumsy Thief Junior. Helps them learn how to count, how to add numbers to 10, not count to 10, add numbers to 10. So that's really nice for like later kindergarten or even like 1st, 2nd grade. My 8 and 10-year-olds still like to play it. It says ages 4+. So, and then this one goes up, like you get higher levels for Clumsy Thief. And the last thing I wanted to show you are the Tangram. You get the flat plastic shapes, the geometric tiles for these. And I organized these for different levels. So the ones with the green stickers are the ones that are, and again, this is like Goodwill find, garage sale find. I've been building it. The ones with the green stickers are for my 3 and 5-year-olds. And then let me find a yellow here. The ones with the yellow stickers are a little bit more advanced. And then the ones with the red stickers are the hardest levels. And so that would look something like this. So that's something my older kids would do. Or like this, where you have to reproduce it, mirror images of it. So anyway, so those are fun little things that you can have your younger kids do when you're working with the older kids. And I keep it put up, and it's only for school, or like the Play-Doh and the Tangrams they like if the baby's napping. Then we can get those out. But yes. So now all I have to do is get my big file box out and do the same thing for my 8 and 10-year-old, which is going to be a lot more work because they have more work to do a file for every day with all of their reproducibles, worksheets, and things. So anyway, 10-minute mom. God bless you. Good measure. Packed down and flowing over. Have a wonderful week.